Do you find yourself only celebrating the big wins in your life? In today's video, Cece and I are going to share how important it is to celebrate the small wins. Stay tuned.
So friends, welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby.
Hey everybody, this is Will, and thank you for joining us today. We're glad to have you. If it's your first time tuning into our podcast, it is a weekly podcast where we talk about
love, life, family, relationships, and everything else that's happening around the world, kids. What else, baby? Whatever's going on, right?
If it happens, she might talk about it.
We'll bring it up.
Well, we have some limits, but we kind of touch on a whole lot of stuff.
We do. So that's what I love about this podcast. We talk about pretty much a little bit of everything. So guys, before we get into the topic of the day, I want to share something with you, our blissful moment.
The blissful moment.
Yes, the blissful moment.
So what's your blissful moment?
Well, let's say I have two blissful moments, right? So the first one was the girls. They went to their grandma's house yesterday. It was cute. They had a good time. We had fun. But grandma surprised them with some toys.
How's that blissful for you?
I think it's just blissful for the girls. I said I have two. Okay? Hold up. So they were extremely happy. The fact that my mom surprised them with toys. And I'm like, it's not even Christmas yet. And I know when it comes to you like, where are we going with all these toys? Because
we're running out of space.
You were like, okay, we either going to leave these toys in the garage or put them in the attic.
I have to keep cleaning up after them.
But what I like about the fact that they want to carry all these toys, mind you, it was quite a bit. And they want to carry all these toys in their room. And I'm like, there's no more room in the room. So, the room is for you to sleep, not for you to keep piling up toys. Okay. And my mom, on the other hand, just keep bringing them toys and other things. And what really sucks, okay, is the fact that they have a dollhouse that my husband built for them. They have a dollhouse, but yet... What?
I built it.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I built it.
Okay. Yes, he built it. So he built a dollhouse for the kids, right? And what sucks about it is that they don't want to use the dollhouse for the dolls. I don't get it.
Well,
what's the purpose?
The dollhouse has no doors, and we have it in the patio. Although the patio is screened in, I think they feel like they're leaving the toys outside.
I kind of feel the same way too.
I'm going to put a door and a lock and some lights inside the dollhouse. This way they can just, at the end of the day, when they're done playing,
huh?
They can lock the doors.
Okay.
And the dolls will be safe inside the dollhouse. I think that'll give me some peace of mind, or at least not have to keep having to go after them to pick up the dolls on the floor.
It is quite a bit, guys. It is quite a bit of dolls.
And grandma gave them more.
Yes. And I was telling my husband, I was like, you know what we should have done? We should have just put them somewhere.
Yeah, keep the box somewhere. And
then went on to Christmas.
We just bring it out and we give them toys. Kids, they wouldn't know any better, I think.
I don't think so. But anyways, I kind of felt like this was a really this a moment that grandma surprised them out of nowhere. Not that it's a holidays. It's just like, okay, here's some toys. So it was pretty cool. And they loved it. They were very happy to play with the toys. So the second blissful moment that I want to talk about is that my boo got me my dream camera. I don't have it with me, but you might see me vlogging with it soon. He surprised me with a vlogging camera, and I was like, Oh my God, guys, you should have seen my face. I was so excited, and it's still over my face. Okay, I was so happy and so excited, and the fact that he surprised me with it. Again, it's not a holiday. It's not a special occasion. It's just something that he knows that I've been wanting for a while.
I'm a good man.
Yes, you are. You are a good man. You are.
Yeah,
and
you
thank
needed
you.
it.
Thank you. So I was like, yes, my own sweet little small camera where I can carry with me everywhere I go. And it was something I needed since my birthday last year. And unfortunately we couldn't get it because it was out of stock.
It wasn't available.
It wasn't available. So I feel like he was just like keeping an eye on it. And as soon as it's available, it's like, okay, got it. And yeah, thank you again. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. You're the
I'm
man.
a good man.
You're the man. You're
Yeah.
the man. And that's what the thing. The thing is, you gotta really look at the things, the little things that people do, to surprise you. Those are important. So, guys, I'm like all happy inside and outside. So you did
I
good.
had to calm her down. Says, okay, you're gonna break it. Just relax.
You should have seen me when I opened the box, and he was like, okay, don't rip the box. Don't rip it off. Don't rip it off. And I was like, why? I don't care at this point. I just want to rip it off and open the box and get my beautiful camera. So yes. And don't get me wrong, we photographers, we have plenty of cameras, but this one is just something about that camera that, we kind of have this connection. It's like we click in a way.
They clicked. Even before they met each other, they clicked.
But yeah, so you'll see me vlogging with my new camera soon, so stay tuned. So now let's get into the topic of the day. Again, baby, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, guys, so the topic of the day today is celebrate the small wins. When was the last time you celebrate the small step, like your small wins? Like a lot of us are so busy looking at the big, wins where, oh my God, I got the job. Oh my God, I lost that 50 pounds. But then the small things.
Oh my God, I got married.
Oh my God, I got married. But it's funny when you said, oh my God. But the small things that we don't really look at, we don't really celebrate the small ones. Like, I'm not getting anywhere. What's the use of this? I mean, do you ever feel that way, baby?
Oh, I have. I mean, there's been many times where, there's things that we want to get done, and I know I've felt that.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it happening yet?
Right.
And yes, and many of us, I know I've gotten frustrated.
Yes.
When things that I wanted to do, it's not quite happening.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's not that something's happening.
Right.
It's just that we're not looking at it. We're so focused on the end result, what we want to see happen.
Yes.
That we forget to look at the little steps that we've been taking.
Yes.
Yes, but one thing we have to remember is that when you celebrate the little victories, you essentially reminding yourself that you are on the right path.
That's right.
And it lifts your spirit and gives you the boost you need to keep going.
Yes. Think about when you wake up in the morning and you work out, right? Just the fact that you get out of bed and you said, you know what? I am going to start working out. And you did that.
And even if you didn't do a full workout session,
right?
The fact that you got out of bed,
exactly,
and you go to the gym, or if you work at home, you get on the treadmill. Even if you were to do 2 minutes,
yes,
it's worth giving yourself a pat in the back and says,
I don't know about 2 minutes, but how much are you really getting done in 2 minutes? I know you just used that as an example.
but even after you did 2 minutes,
right,
the fact that you got out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you did it. Now, if you do that every day and you only do 2 minutes, then you gotta start doing a little bit more.
Yes, you do 2 minutes today, 5 minutes tomorrow, and then you keep going.
Yes.
So yes.
And celebrate the small wins. It's an important way to track your achievement and work towards a much larger goal.
Absolutely.
Because I bet you, if every morning you get off the bed, you get on the treadmill, and you give yourself a pat on the back,
Yes.
you realize that the next morning you'll do a little bit more, and you give yourself another pat on the back.
Yes.
The next morning you'll do a little bit more. Before you know it, it becomes what you do.
Exactly. And I gotta say that it makes it so much easier for you to feel that you are moving towards your goals. You are making progress, and you simply feel so good about yourself, and that it motivates you to succeed, to keep going.
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you this. Like when I get up in the morning and I come in the office and I get my stuff done, I get like work done. And I was like, damn, CC, you got all this done. And you know me, I like to write things down. And when I write things down from 1 through 10 and I check, that's like a great accomplishment. I don't care if whatever that it is, if you write it down and you know that you're getting you're getting the things that you needed to get done and they are checking off your list, that's like an accomplishment.
No, absolutely. And this is where you can't let yourself get so wrapped up and so focused on the big achievement.
Yes.
Is and obviously if you're like me, not writing things down, you're gonna fail to realize all the little things you've done throughout the day. Because there'll be days that many of us will look at and like, geez, what did I do today?
Yeah, where did the time go? So it's so important. And a lot of us don't really look at where if we want to, lose the weight, like we mentioned earlier, the workout part, all these things are important. And I know you're going to go into the importance of small wins. Please pay attention because it's so important.
Oh, yes. Big goals are great. And don't get me wrong. I like doing big things.
Oh my God. This is like so you. That's why I want you to talk about it.
And actually, there's no way around it. When you close a client you've been working on for months.
Whew.
That's a great feeling. It feels amazing. Yes.
It feels,
you feel like,
God,
man,
such a great feeling.
I did something. You felt like all those months you worked on and finally came through.
You had that energy, like what's next?
But it's important to keep in mind that big wins are big for a reason.
That's right.
Yes. But let's be honest. They don't happen every day. This is why you cannot neglect your small progress in life or in your career.
That's right.
I feel like small wins help you feel like you're accomplishing something or you're one step towards your goal. And if you can go back to that big client you closed after months of work, you didn't just wake up one day, you closed them.
Right.
You had to do a number of small things, small meetings, a quick follow-up, a quick email, a quick text, maybe a quick visit to their office.
Yes.
It took a lot of small things.
Small steps.
To get to that moment when you close them.
And those are the things that we don't look at.
And I would tell you, if you fail to do any one of those small things, imagine if you were to follow up, like a 2 minutes follow up on something you were supposed to do with that client and you didn't. Client got pissed off. You probably would have never closed that deal.
No. You probably feel so sorry for yourself.
So the small things
and you'll
are
feel
important.
bad. And you'll feel like, man, this could have been avoided if I emailed the clients or if I had called the clients. And that's why it's so important to write it down.
Yep.
It's so important. That way, that, like, for instance, earlier I had a customer that I was supposed to reach out to and I did that.
Yeah.
And right before she wasn't available at the time that was scheduled, but I emailed her. And I did my part. Imagine if I didn't write it down. So now the client would have been like, well, this is not good customer service.
This business person is not disciplined.
I did my part. It's my small step towards my progress, towards my winning. So I'm like acknowledging the fact that I did what I needed to do. But all these things are important. They are so important. So you need to acknowledge the small steps, the small wins that you are accomplishing towards your goals.
Yeah. And you got to look at winning as progress, right? Instead of waiting until the big win to celebrate, why not reframe winning and look at winning itself as part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this means looking at the milestone that represent progress towards your win. Look at the little things that you take towards that big win, because a lot happen between when you start to when you actually close that deal.
That's right.
And you cannot discount those little things.
Yes, you cannot.
So the progress itself towards that goal or that achievement, that in itself is winning.
Absolutely.
And take time to celebrate each step in the process.
Listen, we're not just talking about career, business. We're talking about overall everything.
Think when I was dating you.
There we go. I was just about to go there.
You know how many times I've had to open the doors and let her
You know how
in?
many times you tried, right? All these things like little small steps towards you winning me, right?
Yeah, it took some small step to win that woman.
It took you at least 100, 1,000 steps.
I didn't count, but it did take a lot. And obviously we are where we are today is because of what we built. Because all those steps helped us build, you know, the relationship we have right now.
Yes.
I mean, you know all my issues.
And I know all your issues.
And all my good stuff as well.
Yes.
So take every moment necessary to celebrate those small wins.
Yes. You know what? I want to say something is that to me, I kind of look at those small steps, small wins. Like, you know, when you're a baby, you're making like those small steps towards you getting ready to walk, right?
Yep.
So it's like life. You are making those small steps. Imagine if you have kids, when your child is crawling and your child start like walking, you're like, oh my God, you know, you're so excited because to the child is nothing, you know, but to you as a parent, you're like, oh my God, look at, you know, little baby, you know, look at her walking, or she's making a few steps towards, and she's making a lot of progress. So these are the things also in your life when you are, if you're like a girl or a guy and you want to make the small steps, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And small steps are important, but sometimes we see other people after they've taken 200 steps, but we see them at the 201 step.
Yes.
When they're kind of like in their moment.
Yes.
And sometimes we want to be like them.
Yes.
But we fail to realize that they've taken 200 steps before they get to that one.
Yes.
So we have to be honest.
Especially if that person is a celebrity or social media.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like people nowadays are so busy looking at someone else's chapters where they don't look at theirs. Because I don't know what you've been through, what you went through during the time before I met you, right?
Yeah.
So you were struggling, you were doing your own thing, but because I am now in your life, or I see your page on social media, I'm like, oh my God, I want to be like her, like you, because you winning, you like big, you like this famous celebrity guy on social media, but yet I felt to looking at my own self, my own small steps, small wins, because I'm too busy looking at someone else's chapter.
Yes.
Right?
And I say, if anyone's looking at anyone else as a role model, don't look at them for where they are right now. Take a look back at their history. And many people have a history that they share. Some don't.
Mm-hmm.
And those who do not share the history, they usually don't have one. They just make believe.
Yes, yes.
But many people is actually in their moments now. Mm-hmm. Don't look at them for where they are. Look at where they've been.
That's me.
And there's a lot of steps they've taken
that you don't know about.
So, yes, you don't know that person's chapter, but you have to build your own.
You have to. And that's what people don't realize, babe. I feel like people don't realize that they have to build their own steps. You know, don't get so caught up on someone else's life, on someone else's wins, on someone else's like small steps towards their goals, right? Because nowadays when you go, I'm only pushing on social media because it's such a huge impact on, you know,
on all of us.
It's
in our face and
every day, all day, every day, you know, especially if you're someone who either runs your business on social media or you kind of have something going on where we
are on someone's face right now.
True. There you go. And social media does not mean Facebook. It means YouTube as well. You know, but our content is very important. So you need to stay on here. So yeah. So it's just that you're so like, oh my God, I want to do what, what Cece and Will's doing, because they are killing it. But you don't know the struggle that we've been through. So you don't know our small steps. And don't get so busy, especially when you go on, Facebook, and you'll see there's so many flashing stuff. Like, people are flashing they're like, oh my God, like, it's just unbelievable. And don't get caught up on all that, please.
The quick wins, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Yes.
We all have to pay our dues somehow.
Yes.
And I know we're talking about,
and even if it's something that's so quick and easy, it's not gonna last. It's not going to last. If you feel like, I gotta make it quick, I gotta get I gotta get to the 100K.
Take all the shortcuts that exist.
It's not gonna last. It's not, because you need to go through the struggle.
You gotta build a foundation.
Yes.
And I know we're talking about focusing on small wins.
All these are important.
Yes, but sometimes it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to be in the right mindset to be able to focus on the small things. So it can be hard, and sometimes some of you guys may not even know where to start.
Yeah.
But you know what? The best thing that you can do is take a moment to look at what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned writing things down. That's important as well.
Yes.
Because those will allow you to really be able to look back and see the small things you've accomplished.
Right.
Keep a journal. A diary maybe.
You don't have one. You like the worst person ever to keep journal, Post-it, board. Listen.
And she's the best person to remind me and keep giving me different ways to do things.
It's not even funny.
And I'm pointing at you when I said keep a journal, because you are great at doing that.
Thank you.
Even for things that I've gone through, you kind of have it recorded somewhere.
I do. I'm like your personal assistant, your journal person, whatever you want to call it.
That's why it's good to have a good partner.
Oh, thank you.
She's
Yes,
good.
it's true.
I gotta say, she's good.
Yeah, and you're good too.
If she didn't marry me, I would have married her.
That was good.
Oh, man.
That was good. I feel like we all have our own expertise when it comes to,
Imagine if I had picked someone who's not organized in any way. We'll be lost.
Then you'll be like in a completely different world.
I probably would be. but it's
you'll be like, wait, what are we doing? Are we supposed to be doing this?
And then you looked at me and says, I don't know.
Right. And that's the thing when it comes to a partner. You need to find someone that can help you in both ways. Like, you help me through my stuff and I help you through your stuff. But I think I help you more through your stuff.
Who's going to edit this video?
Well, true.
What the heck? Anyway, but it's
track
good.
Your achievement. It's so true.
Yeah, it's important to do so.
Keep the journal, like you said, before you cut you off. Sorry, baby. The journal is so important. And you know me, I think my husband just so tired of seeing so many journals. and sometimes I just want to carry a journal because it's cute.
She's obsessed with notebooks.
And I feel like God wanted me to become a writer, to be a writer.
You got to start writing. Well, write more on them, because I've run into notebooks that's like halfway done. And then there's already another one replaced it. And I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do with the rest of this one? Oh no, this one looks better. This is. I'm like,
I do. Heck? I have notebooks where I keep them on the shelf just because they're cute, or just because the cover has something that's very pretty. Listen, don't do what I do. Just keep a journal.
Get a simple journal.
Yes, and use it to make sure that you track what you do. And things that makes you feel good throughout the day.
Oh, absolutely. And don't think this has to be only career focused.
No.
It could be personal achievement. Mm-hmm. The little things you do every day, like we talked about earlier, exercise.
Yes.
Write it on that. This morning, you wake up at 5 o'clock and you did something, write it in there.
Yes.
Or you didn't hit the snooze button
for a second
6 times before you wake up. You've been trying to get those 2-minute sleeps, man. I gotta wake up at 6 o'clock. It's 5:58. I can sleep for 2 more minutes. I've done it. That's what I'm talking about. I have. but it's
No,
actually,
seriously, babe. Like, what do you get out of 2 minutes?
it's insane. But I know. Hey, listen. I'm sure I'm not the only crazy one here. And obviously, I don't do it anymore because I know better. But this time, I wake up and I look at, man, it's 5:58. I can go for 2 more minutes. And all that does.
I've never done 2 minutes. I've never done 2 minutes.
Oh, I have done a couple of 2 minutes. I have to be honest with myself. I have. So if you wake up in the morning, you didn't hit the snooze button, and you got out of bed and you got going, write it down.
You know what? That's like the worst ever when it comes to the
snooze button. I think they should eliminate that in any alarm clock.
I gotta give it to my girl Mel Robin. Like, put your phone in the bathroom. That way
you can't snooze it.
You can't snooze it. Listen, charge your phone in your bathroom or in the office or somewhere that makes you get up and go turn it off where you can't go back to bed.
That's a good idea. But if you wake up that morning and you didn't hit the snooze button for 20 times, write it down because that's an achievement. You know, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, take a look back at the task you've achieved.
I do that.
You find out it's more than you think.
I really do that. I think with my journal that I have, I would go back and see the things that I've accomplished for the week. Every Saturday, I do my planning for next week and on Sundays as well. And I think that's a great accomplishment where you go back and says, man, you've accomplished this and this and this. And then whatever things that you didn't get to accomplish that week, you just go ahead and add it to your following. Oh, I'm so good at what I do. So, yes.
You're so good at what you do.
This is me acknowledging my small wins, right? So
she is so good at what she does.
I'm acknowledging my small steps towards my goals, my progress. So,
and you know, it's good to acknowledge because one other thing that you find acknowledging your small win is confidence.
Oh, yes.
It's confidence because when you celebrate the little victories, you make another deposit into your confidence bank.
A deposit, baby?
Yes.
Are we talking about banking relating right now?
You know, you have a bank that holds your company and you keep putting little deposits in there.
Okay.
And before you know it, you have tons of confident funds that you can use.
This is what you go through when you deal with a banker, okay?
But it's important. I mean, every little bit of win that you celebrate, it fuels you up to say, you know what, I can do this. Because believe me, there's things that many of us run into, and the first thing that pops in our head, man, I can't do that.
Yes.
But if you've gone and do the little first step in whatever that thing may be,
and
you pat yourself in the back and says, man, this was tough, but I did it.
Exactly.
It'll propels you to be able to do the next one.
Which kind of reminds me of when I first started my business last year, you know, talking to clients and I was like, okay, my first client. Got all nervous because, you know, I've never done it before. And that confidence, you're so right. That confidence kind of like after I spoke to the clients, although I was a bit nervous over the phone, but I felt like after we were done talking for like 30 minutes, man, I was like, such a great feeling. I can do this. My first client, close the deal and move on to the next one. It was such a great feeling.
You know, it would have been nice, and I didn't do it. It would have been nice to have recorded your first conversation.
Yes.
And now compared to how you conversate now.
I will put right
and
there.
It's night and day.
Yes.
And that all came from doing it.
Yeah.
A little bit here, a little bit there. Yes, you may not have been good at it, but you still did it.
Listen.
And you keep patting yourself in the back, however bad it was. Say, you know, I did it.
I was like, shoot, I was supposed to say this, not that. You know, my palm was sweaty, and that's how I know when I'm nervous. My palm is all sweaty.
Yes.
And
you forget stuff.
And I forget stuff. And I was like, no, what did I just said? You know, I should have said this.
Hey, you know, we all have heard this term that says, you know, she's on fire. This woman is on fire. She's unstoppable. So, and this is where that confidence comes into play. You find once you're confident about whatever it is that you do, nothing's going to stop you.
I am unstoppable. Whatever it takes, whatever I need to do, whatever you need to do, you got to put your fire into it, right?
Yeah. And this confidence is built Like
Yes.
keep putting, this little deposit into your confident
True.
bank.
Yes.
Just keep taking this little small things and celebrate them and keep putting them in there.
Yes.
Keep them in. And next time you're on the phone and you're about to get nervous and you pull up a little deposit from that bank and says, remember you did that before? And then you just snap out of it.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
And this is where the small wins can add a lot to your confidence.
Mhm.
It's important.
Confidence is so important. Like a lot of us are like struggle with this.
Yeah.
Whether if it's through closing a deal with a client, whether if it's weight loss, whether if it's like the way you look, whether if it's like, if you want to talk to someone or talk to a girl, you got to have confidence for you to approach this girl or to approach this guy. Confident, excuse me. I feel like confidence is so important that a lot of us struggle with. And if you don't have it,
confidence is life. If you ask me.
The key of everything.
Because there's a lot of things you need to do. You need to be confident enough to be able to do them. You want this job, you have to have enough confidence to go to the interview and kill the interview. I'm talking about.
Yes.
You want to be with this woman. You want to start this new business. You have to have confidence to be able to go at it and make it happen.
Imagine you coming to me and like with no confidence.
I come to you and says, I think you
I think I like you.
I think I like you.
I like you.
Or I have been looking at you. Would you? Oh, and then I run away. Right?
And then you go hide.
And you'll laugh and you'll tell your friends.
And then you start crying because you have no confidence. You're like, what did I just did? I just missed my one opportunity with this girl or with this guy or with this client. Because it's like, with this job,
Yeah.
Because confident to me, a lot of people feel like with confidence, if I don't have it, I can't do anything.
And if you don't have it, you
It's
can't
hard
do
for you
a
to
lot of
accomplish
stuff.
things.
So that's where you have to build it. And when it's easier to build it, the little small things you do, I don't care how small it may seem or how insignificant it may be to others, celebrate yourself. Don't expect other people to come and give you praise for the little things you do. You'll never get it.
Yes, and I gotta say
Give it to yourself.
Yes, give it to yourself. Because I truly remember when we first started my recording last year that, my God,
I fought with
it
this
was
woman
the
to actually
hard.
record, but she finally did.
I started August last year, start recording my first YouTube video, and I was like so scared. First take, second take, third take, 100 take.
I've gotten frustrated.
And
But you know what? Here's the thing.
I never quit.
Never quit. But I wouldn't let her quit.
True.
I've told her many times because she would get aggravated when I bring the stuff up. And I said, you know what? You get aggravated, you'll
Still
relax
doing it.
afterward. Until you do. Now, I look at things differently. I'll do something. It's not done well. So what? I'll do it again.
Me?
Now
it's opposite.
I've built a very thick skin when it comes to these things.
True.
I've had different experiences than you have, but you know what? The little things you've done get you to where you are now.
Yes.
And we have to change the way we look at winning.
And I gotta say this before you move on, babe. If it wasn't for your push towards me, keep working, keep pushing, going at it, I don't think I would have gained that confidence to be able to sit back here behind the camera and talk to you guys. There's my videos that I do by myself, and there's a podcast that I do with my husband. And I don't think that confident, it could have been like, well, I'm not doing it no more. I'm done. I don't look good on the camera, or my face is too big, or my whatever it is, I sound really horrible. But because having that person push you and say, you know what, you can do it, and having that reminder, because you will keep reminding me, baby, you got this, you can do it. And I had to keep saying that to myself as well. And that really helped me boost my confidence to keep going. And then, listen, this is just the beginning of it.
She's right.
So thanks to you, boo.
I'm a good man.
Thanks to you, babe. So now change your idea of a win. What does that mean, babe?
You got to change the way you look at winning.
Yes. Change your idea.
You know, because many of us, we were brought up thinking that when you win, you have something big happen. It's a big thing. People give you accolades. People come and give you praise. No. No, 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 no.
Yes.
You have to change the way you look at winning. Maybe today I needed to get to work 10 minutes before the time that I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
I got there 10 minutes. It's a win. And I'm going to celebrate it by myself.
That's right.
Or I needed to do this for my wife and I did it. It's a win.
Like the camera that you got me.
That's a win.
You just celebrate this week.
So winning needs to be whatever you needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get it done. Celebrate it.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if anyone know about it, but as long as you know about it, celebrate it. Because if it's your win, that's the one thing that's going to push you forward.
Yes.
Don't worry about other things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about anyone else. Because people see winning in their own way.
True.
You just need to change the way that you see winning.
That is so good, babe. That is so true.
Yeah. So as you go through whatever you go through in life,
Mm-hmm.
remember the small things.
Yes.
And you may find for years, you're the only one who celebrate them. But keep celebrating them.
Absolutely.
They're the ones that's going to give you what you need
Mm-hmm.
to do whatever it is that you're looking to do big. And people will see you when you are big. They're going to think that you're lucky.
Yep.
They're going to think that God may have favor on you.
You're preaching right now, baby.
Yes, I think I'm preaching.
Go ahead, sir. Amen, Pastor.
They're going to think that you're showing off.
Mm-hmm.
But many of these people, they will not take the time to even pay attention to you when you were building things up.
Yes.
They may not have seen you because you weren't important.
Yes.
So whatever you're doing now, do it for you. And remember to pat yourself in the back
Mm-hmm.
after any little things that you do. And take her advice. Get a notepad. Write it down.
Yes.
And make it a weekly practice. Go back and look at what you've done.
Yes. Yes.
Because that will give you something to reflect on, something to celebrate, something to help you build the following week or the following months or the
Mhm.
following year.
Mm-hmm.
And as small as they may be, they're yours. Own them, celebrate them, and keep building on them.
Absolutely. That is so true. And that is so
She's
good.
a living example of that.
I am. I'm proof that it can be done. I'm proof.
So am I.
Yes.
My story is unusual. I'll get to tell it one day.
I really hope you bring your story out one day.
It will come. It will
Yes.
come in good time.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys. There's a lot of small things that happens in our life every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that we at least bring it to you guys and kind of share with you how important it is to do so. So thank you everybody for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to listen to our podcast. If it's your first time with us, please remember to subscribe. Please remember to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we publish these videos.
Mm-hmm.
Please share this podcast with your friends, family members, or anyone you think this may be beneficial to. Again, thank you. All of you who's been supporting the channel. We appreciate having you.
Yes.
And this comes out every Saturday at 12:15 and 12:15. And again, we appreciate you, and share with your friends, family members, and we will see you next Saturday. Peace.